Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha. And this is today's Ethereum analysis video. I have Sean and his crow with me today. Sean and Crow, please say hi.
Good morning, everyone, and a happy Monday to all of you.
That's right. Happy Monday indeed. We did open a brand new weekly candle today, Sean, and you're going to be taking over this Ethereum analysis. So go on, tell them what you're seeing.
People might have forgotten about Ethereum. It's been in a bearish trend, got a bit overcrowded in the trade all the way up over here when Ethereum was sitting at its almost $2,000 level on the USD pairing. And hey, we have a lot of history trading Ethereum, especially this trend all the way to the top over here, got out somewhere around here. And now Ethereum is beginning to look a little bit interesting to me. I do want to start off with the Bitcoin pairing because this is going to be the ultimate if this, then that. And what I'm going to do, Krisha, is I'm going to first turn on the horizontal, then turn on the dynamic, and then we're going to move on over to the weekly time frame, okay? Just to give the audience a overview of what to look for this potential opportunity that might be coming up on Ethereum on a trend. All right. So we'll start off with the horizontals. Very, very simple, very, very easy, very, very mango. And we're looking at this horizontal right over here at 0.0306660 Satoshi. And essentially, it comes down to this. If we see Ethereum close 2 daily candles underneath this level, this entire video, right, is useless after this, right? Essentially this trade idea or trade opportunity is invalidated, right? If Ethereum starts closing candles above 0.033, then things become very, very interesting. Right now, what I am looking at is this downtrend that is beginning to flatten out and round off to potentially give us either a trend reversal if we do break above 0.03, or trend continuation if we and it's going to be violent, by the way, guys. If we see this break towards the downside, it's likely going to give us a move all the way down to 0.026 Satoshi. So it's imperative that you do not get complacent on this, because that's a good minus 11% move against Bitcoin. Now, that depends on what kind of position size also that you will be entering. So I would not be entering over here. I would not be looking to enter a position over here. I'd be looking for signs to see this break towards the upside. And what I'm going to do now, Krisha, is I'm going to turn on the dynamic and give you guys a very, very easy way to manage this trade. And that's essentially what we've been doing, right? We've been using the dynamic to get in and get out of all coins without having to think too much about it. And our big first red flag was right over here when we lost this horizontal that lined up with the dynamic, retested the dynamic, and we've been in a downtrend against the dynamic, cleanly against the dynamic ever since. Okay, it's been a very, very simple, easy trade to get in, get out. Okay, we use the USD time frame for our bullish bias and use the Bitcoin pairing, guys, all right, at BTC to be optimal with our Bitcoin, right? So, hey, is the USD time frame looking good? Is the first question. Then you look towards the Bitcoin pairing, guys, and you ask, okay, is the Bitcoin pairing looking good? Because that will tell me whether I'm better off just being in Bitcoin or not. Now, this is why we're starting backwards this time, because we already know that the USD charts across the market, and we'll show to you very soon, is looking very, very good. Okay, all assets are looking very good against the USD pairing. But the Bitcoin pairing has not been looking good recently. And right over here, you can see that we were on a downtrend, came smacked up against the 0.03 level, bottom there, retook the dynamic, Krisha. We retook it, but where do we see resistance? At the top of the dynamic cloud.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is something you guys can keep a note of, because you're going to see it happen across all trend indicators, all trend analysis, where I'm going to draw it quickly. On a downtrend, you're usually going to see a first impulsive move, okay, which is usually I don't want to call it a fake out, but that's your get ready sign. All right, get ready. When you do retake a level or you retake a trend, right, then almost invariably, right, this happens more often than not, you're going to give up that level you're going to give up that level, and then on the second retake, you end up seeing the trend reverse. Or you don't retake it, you reject it, right, over there, and you see the trend continue towards the downside. So now that's what we're seeing here, guys. Okay, this pattern that I just depicted, we're seeing it right over here. We retook the dynamic, got rejected on the equilibrium cloud, and that's why the cloud is so freaking good to use. Got rejected over there. And remember, we had this horizontal zone that I've marked out all the way back then too. We've been eyeing this for a very, very long time now. We've been keeping an eye on Ethereum. So you can see that we retook the dynamic, closed above the zone that I was looking at, closed 2 candles above it, got rejected at the top of the cloud. Thank God for that, for having the cloud. And then we gave it up, right? We gave it up. And now again, we're getting squeezed between the dynamic. Now this is where it gets really, really interesting, Kusha. Now the top of the cloud is beginning to line up with our zone that we were looking at all the way back then. So this gives us confluence on the break. If we get the break this time, it's going to be that much more powerful and that much more convincing. So we want one to retake the dynamic and the offline, the blue dot, along with the red dynamic solid over here, and we want to retake the cloud as well. So there's a lot of conditions that need to be fulfilled before you actually see this as a trend trade. Because if you buy it right now, it's you trying to bottom catch, it's you trying to time a reversal, which, hey, it's fine if that's your methodology, that's your trading style, and you're feeling comfortable with this trade. And you know what? There is reason to feel comfortable with this as a opportunity. We'll be showing it very soon. But for me right now, I'd rather wait for a couple more things to play out. We talked about a few things already. Horizontal dynamic, okay? Solid line on the dynamic. Top of the cloud, this zone over here, I want to see that it be taken too. And for extra confirmation, I want to see the twist of the dynamic and the cloud. Okay, I want to see the dynamic solid line go above the mango cloud. And if we get all of that, oh man, I see another really nice trade opportunity on ETH BTC. So that's the foundation for the ETH BTC optimal trade that you're looking for. Whether you should be in Ethereum right now or just stick your money in Bitcoin, or rather, if you are the kind of trader who holds everything in Bitcoin, this is what you want to be looking at, right? Should you even be bothering with the ETH chart? Now we can look at the ETH chart. And Kusha, I'm going to be looking at the weekly time frame, because the weekly on this has literally been the foundation for every big win on Ethereum, right? Ever since we got into our trade around $290 to $310, rode it all the way to the top, and we only got out when the ETH Bitcoin pairing started looking not as optimal. Again, I'm going to switch back here. When the ETH Bitcoin pairing started looking not as optimal, the question was, hey, why even take the risk, right? Why even bother with the risk? I can just be in Bitcoin and still be part of the bull trend. So now, Kusha, we have identified what to look for on the Bitcoin pairing. And now we can look towards the USD pairing and say, hey, do we have any confluence? And what do you know, Kusha? We do have confluence. We're seeing the ETH BTC pairing round off around the same time, the ETH USD pairing, beginning to put in a really bullish consolidation, possibly a bull flag, looking for continuation if we break that $1,940 region towards the upside on a weekly time frame. So I've been talking a lot here, Krisha. Any thoughts?
Yeah, so now I'm looking at the ETH USD chart. So by the way, actually before I say anything about the ETH USD chart, the ETH BTC chart that you just pulled up, you know, the very first one, and if we actually do start testing the top of that dynamic cloud there,
yeah,
I'm actually seeing a potential. So if we get up there, that could very well turn into a W-like reversal formation as well. And if we break that, there's a good chance that this actually does see continuation. So you see the W, yeah, you have it pulled up on your chart, yeah. Perfect. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot happening there, but that is, of course, contingent on us actually taking out the top of the cloud, right?
Yeah.
But also, another thing about the ETH BTC chart, now, Sean, this is something that you had mentioned in the very beginning, right? If we start breaking the current support that we're on,
yeah, it's
going to get violent. Right, it's going to get violent because of the volatility zone that we enter from then on. And I want to implore people, if you are trying to bottom catch here, not recommended. But if you are, okay, you're getting greedy, just make sure you have some level of freaking risk management employed on this trade, because Ethereum is one of those coins where, yes, you can make a lot very, very quickly, but you can lose that much more quickly on the trade. Okay, so just be very careful when you are trying to bottom catch on Ethereum.
Remember, guys, always try to do it the Mango way, the easy way. And remember that you do not need to catch the entirety of the move. Even catching the meat of the move can be so much more profitable, and more importantly, it's stress-free.
Exactly.
Right? You get to sleep a lot better. I'm going to give you guys a quick example on ETHUSD, where Christian and I could have gotten into the trade way earlier at around somewhere around here at around 180-ish dollars on the dynamic. Right? We retook the dynamic right over here, and we tested, and we could have gotten at 180, but we wanted more confirmation. We had different other conditions that needed to be met too, which is why we got in only at around $290 to $310 with our aggressive buys, right? Yes, you can always start with a starter position, right? Those small positions that make you feel like you're part of the trend, helps you with your mindset, helps you build that position. But to get aggressive, to get that conviction trade, to get that high conviction trade, you need to have the conviction. You need to have the confirmation, right? And think about it. Yes, we didn't have the big position over here at around 180-ish, where it would have been, like, in hindsight, it's great, right? Oh man, I could have bought right over here, and you feel bad about it. But look at this, guys. The move that we caught, nonetheless, was a good 420% to 450%. And do you guys remember, like, we're not talking about small positions over here. When you're trading the top coins like Ethereum and Bitcoin, you trade with high conviction size, right? So you want to protect against the downside too. So you want to have as much confirmation going for you as possible. So that's what I'm talking about here in today's video too. Because if I ever look to get into Ethereum, very, very rarely is it going to be like a small trade.
Yeah. Man, these charts are looking so good right now. So I'm looking at the ETHUSD chart as well. And Sean, I think you hit the nail on the head. The thing is that there's no point, when you have a high conviction trade. It's also it's stress-free, like you said, right? You're not like you don't have sleepless nights over the trade, right?
Yeah.
And you get to catch the major chunk of the move. Okay, and that's what we want sitting here. Okay, that's what we want to do. We want to catch that major chunk while it is a high probability trade and while it is a stress-free trade. Okay, that's the mango goal here. Now I'm looking at the ETHUSD chart right now, and you're right. This is a good bull flag, and it's looking. If this actually starts breaking 1,857. I'm saying that ETHBTC chart is also going to start taking a beautiful turn to the upside. And even if we start living over that 1,850 region, even on those lower time frames, I'm talking about maybe even the 12-hour time frame, daily candle body closes, this could very well see a turn.
I'm looking at the weekly time frame right now, Kushan. I want people to focus on that weekly time frame. I know I might be being a little bit more too conservative, but Ethereum, like you said, it's that kind of trade, right, where your initial patience pays off, and then getting aggressive on the daily is going to be really, really beneficial. Because right now, Kusha, if you switch on over to your weekly, you're going to see that the weekly levels have held every single freaking time.
Yeah.
Ever since, in fact, you could look at around mid-October, we've not even lost the op line. We kept every freaking test of it has been a buy opportunity.
Yeah.
That has given you massive moves, right? So if you took the first one right over here, it gave you a 420%. If you took the second one right over here, it gave you 405%. And then this one right over here gave you a nice 250%. And then even on this dump where everybody's panicking, Kusha, remember this we actually caught on live stream, right? We were talking about it. We found confluence on the lower time frames too. And then we switch on to the week, and I'm like, hey, what do you know? The freaking weekly dynamic is right over here too at 1,332. And where did the market get picked up on this massive dump? 1,332. And even that gave us a move thus far. You have to wait around a couple of weeks, and 40% already, right? 40% move already. So again, I want to also highlight this. For those of you who are not doing this full time like I am, right? You don't need to get optimal. You don't need to trade the way I am, where you get back into Bitcoin, right? Getting out of the trade, getting back into Bitcoin, and then trying to get back in when the trade looks optimal. Again, you don't need to do that. You can be even more mango than I am, because hey, you have a full-time job, you have a family to take care of, right? And just ride the USD trend. Just ride the USD trend. And at the end of the market, guys, no one's going to care whether you got in, got out. People are going to be like, hey, wow, you actually got in at 300 and you're selling at freaking 5,000 Ethereum? Wow. Right? Nobody's going to care that whether you did it the most optimal way or not. And more importantly, you won't care because it'll be a massive, massive win. Thus far, it's already been massive. Hell, if you even caught this move over here from 1,300 to around 2,000, all your friends in the traditional market, all your freaking family and friends are going to be drooling over those kind of gains.
Yeah.
So keep it mango, guys. Keep it mango.
Boom. And yeah, I'm also absolutely in awe of the mango dynamic on the weekly. Like, it does so well, and it does extremely well off of my strategy. I kind of play it after we take out resistance, dynamic turns green, and boom. You know, we get that beautiful, beautiful moves to the upside. I've caught it on many coins so far. So I'm noticing Ethereum does extremely well off of that strategy as well.
That being said, again, guys, don't use anything in isolation, right? Again, like we said, like I just said in like 2 minutes ago, as we first found these levels using our technical analysis on multiple indicators and time frames, and then realized, holy shit, the dynamic did the work for us. Yes, but we don't ever rely, especially with, okay, when it comes to altcoins, I have to be a little bit more honest. When it comes to altcoins, I'm a lot more lazy, and that was the entire point of me building the dynamic, so that I can be lazy, because there's so many freaking altcoins, right? But when it comes to Bitcoin and again even Ethereum, as much as I do use the dynamic, I will do a lot more analysis because my position sizes are massive. So be careful, especially you guys who treat Ethereum or treat Cardano like it is your Bitcoin, right? Be careful, guys. I have all my horizontals plotted out over here, Krisha. I have a horizontal at 1,960. I have another horizontal at 1,381 towards the bottom side. But on the weekly time frame, Krisha, I want to turn on the oscillators really, really quickly. Okay. Again, this is another part of your analysis that everybody should be looking at. I'm seeing really good signs over here. Overall bullish picture. If you guys look at your Mango Mother or RSI, use whatever you want, you're going to see that you had a really nice double top over here on the RSI, essentially indicating bearish divergence got triggered right there, but you didn't see much of a follow through. You didn't see the downtrend get initiated at all on the weekly. In fact, we got picked up on those key levels that we've been talking about on the Mango dynamic, on the other indicators or rather horizontals that you could have been using to get that 1,400 level. Got picked up over there, right? So yes, got triggered, but got picked up on the first support level. All right, cool. What happens right after? Turns into freaking bullish divergence, right? Now you're seeing the bullish divergence right over here between that point and that point. And I believe is right over here, this point at around 1,288 and right over there. So we have a bullish divergence, and I would be looking for this to see follow through and continuation now past $2,000, maybe even 2,500, right? We'll talk about targets after we get the break. I don't want to be too premature with this, but if we do break into the $2,000 region and start closing daily candles in there, Krisha, this is going to be explosive.
Yeah. So Ethereum may be showing us signs of revival here. So definitely eyes peeled on this one. Opportunities are abundant in bull markets. Now, I mean, Sean, I think you've done a very, very good job in highlighting, much of Ethereum's potential plays. Is there any other final notes that you have for ETH?
No, again, keep it simple. Okay, guys, remember it's always contingent on if this, then that. The ETH BTC pairing is something you do want to keep your eye on, because it's going to tell us whether, especially what Krisha mentioned, by the way, that W formation, right? If we do get a break of that, that's going to it's going to essentially indicate that a lot of people got shook out of Ethereum at the wrong time. We saw accumulation, and this trend on ETH is going to continue, right? And that's what we want. We want the trend to continue if we break that W formation above the 3,500, 35,000 Satoshi level. If we break that, guys, then you know that, hey, my opportunity cost isn't, or rather, I'm not getting hit on opportunity costs by sitting in the Ethereum trade. Regardless of whether the USD pair is looking good, guys, you need to wonder, hey, am I just better off being in Bitcoin? Am I better off being in whatever other trade that I like instead, right? Because bull markets, the most painful thing is opportunity cost.
Boom. Alrighty, guys. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.